I really don't know if David even said about this, but you know, Davian's friend Danny, and Miles, aka the same Miles and the Yellow Monkey. Yep. Or making a game, aka Obsidian Dent. Don't ask me about the names. Don't think or think of. But this video is basically going to be an explanation on what I've been planning for it, and you know everything we know about what we are gonna add, and then you know the soundtrack, you know, stuff like that. Cause why do I need to explain all this crap, bro? But yeah, so you know, basically, there's gonna be like 3 modes. There's gonna be story, survival, and then bonus. The bonus are basically gonna be things you unlock by completing the story, and then these will be kind of like the mini games from like Fun Monkey Horror, like you know, like Run, Forest, Crawl Space, stuff like that. Don't just be, you know, versions of that, but like with like Obsidian Dent's models, textures, and then you know then of course Obsidian Dent's movement, which is there's also like we also plan on adding like a sliding mechanic where you can kind of like Rec Room, kind of like slide. You have to like crouch down and you have to like you can either press down the right joystick to do it, or you can just like actually, if you're standing, you can actually like slide, like actually crouch down. It's pretty much just a way to give yourself momentum and speed, not with the major. Then there's but other than that, it's basically the Gorilla Tag movement. You know, you use your hands and crap. You use your hands to move and crap. You know, pretty much is your basic Gorilla Tag movement, except funny running is much easier. I was planning on like a sprinting mechanic where you gain you have like a lot of speed, like 30 seconds or like a minute. But it just did not sound good. I'm also gonna briefly talk about the story. I don't want to spoil too much because, you know, again, we don't know much about what we're gonna add. And plus, you know, the game, you know, and plus, you know, like I don't want to spoil it for when the game comes out. So basically, you play like a monkey named Dan who's climbing one day, because it falls into a pole, which ends up being the dent, where the game's gonna take place. And in the process, it takes off his legs, because I can't say too much about that because, you know, I don't want to get demonetized. But yeah, you get your legs taken off because you got stuck in a crack, and then you end up in the dent. But yeah, that's all I want to say. It's like the intro, you know, just basically like a couple things about the story. Then there's survival. Is it's basically if you took the story mode and Dread or Dead and Animal Company and squish them all together, and you get the survival mode. So basically, there's a lobby, of course, you know, and then in like the back there's a shop. You can buy gear, you know, like backpacks, like lights, you know, like stuff just to help you out in the dent. Then you can go out to the dent because the lobby's kind of like nestled in the middle of like the map. Even though you don't get a map, you have to actually just guess where everything is. You do get a compass, like you can see, kind of like Animal Company. You're like you know, like the thing where you can click I think it's like right on like the left joystick, and then it's like the left analog, and it's like you can see like where everything is, like you can see where the monsters are, where people are. It's basically like that, except you know, it's actually on a watch. It looks like it basically looks like that. It's just like a watch. It has like the, how do I explain it? It's it's like a futuristic looking watch, but like the actual like thing right there, like the thing, you know, like where you can swap like the compass and stuff like that. It kind of looks like the body log from Bone Lab. So there's that, and then there's you know, there's just the basic thing. You can see like how much money you have in your you can see how much money. I don't think we will add in-game currency unless for some crazy people out there ask us to add in-game currency, which sorry, it ain't happening because I don't want this. I don't want my sure, we could get money, but you know, I don't I just don't see the need. In fact, what we're probably gonna do is we're probably just gonna add like you can buy cosmetics as an optional thing to spend your money with, because you know, you basically it's kind of like it's pretty much like Animal Company. You go out to find stuff in the den, and then you can go back to the lobby to sell your stuff. Then you get a certain amount of money, and then which then you can buy gear, you know, or buy cosmetics if you want to. Also, don't ask me about like the whole name thing, the lobby, the color thing. That's pretty much the exact same as Gorilla Tag. You enter a code, which if you want to join me for some reason, I honestly think I wouldn't mind if you want to meet me, then sure, you can, but I probably won't think much of it and probably just leave a code. But if you want to join me, put in the description of my code, because I don't feel like saying it because the people will try to flood my server, my code, my friend's code, if I just say it. So if you're gonna do it, maybe don't do it all at once, because you know, I don't want 15 million people in my lobby. And also, Obsidian Dent will have an official server you can join, just to, like you can just kind of chill out. I think we'll probably do like maybe like the max like 20 rather than 10. That way more people can get into a lobby rather than having like 10, rather than only having 10 players in a lobby. Sure, it might lag the game pretty bad, but you know, it's worth a shot. If we need to decrease it, we'll decrease it, but for right now, it's gonna be 20 players per lobby. Again, we may decrease it if we think it's gonna be too laggy. So yeah. And then there's the name system, which is pretty much the same. You know, you enter a name and then boom. Colors, so you have the color code. You have to, for example, my color code is 222, aka. So if you just enter whichever color code you want, and then it'll of course give you it. So yeah, nothing much to say about that. And then there's the settings like smooth turn, snap turn, and then there's, you know, like post processing where stuff flows. There's, you know, just like basic settings stuff like seating mode, which we're gonna add. We're probably gonna add a seating mode. We can use like the thumbsticks to move, so you're not so you can actually play while sitting down. And then there's standard mode, which of course uses the Gorilla Tag movement. And then, so stuff like that. It's basically just like basic stuff for the settings. The computer is basically the same as all the other Gorilla Tag fan games. You enter a code, enter your name, change your color code, change some settings. It's basically like that. Then there's, you know, the more complicated stuff like the release date. Currently, we don't have a full-on release date. We're still trying to figure that out. We do know before the game releases, once we complete level 1, we'll release a demo on the store, so people can try out the game, give us feedback, and just just give us feedback so we can improve. So just, you know, stuff like that. Then when the full release is all done, so then after we complete the game, we'll release like 4 or 5 stages of the game. There's alpha 1.5, beta, and then there's beta, and then there's the full game, which not saying we won't stop updating, or at least like maybe release like every month. So every month you'll get new content, like new gear, new cosmetics. And then of course we'll do a bunch of holiday crap like April Fools, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, stuff like that. And then of course maybe Valentine's Day if we want to. So stuff like that, just things like that, that we won't do. Not saying we'll never. After the full release, we'll never update Obsidian Dent again. It's just we're not gonna update too often, but we still want to update pretty often. Like maybe so I think so. Like every month is good for us because we want Obsidian Dent to be as best as possible, even though we only have 4 developers, and like hopefully we can get more developers because there's no way about to make this game as polished as we want it to be with only 4 developers. If you want to join the development team, feel free to. In fact, I can really make a group. In fact, I'm probably gonna make a whole group of just people, people who are development team. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically everything I know and what I hope we can do for Obsidian Dent. I don't know why I need to make an outro, but as usual, make what I always say. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll hopefully see you later. Peace.